Information, please. Presented each week at this time by Canada Dry, famous the world over for its fine beverages. Wake up, America. Time to stump the experts. Would you like to turn the tables and make the authorities answer your questions? Information, please, gives you the chance to do the questioning by putting the experts on the spot. Here's how. Now listen carefully because we will not repeat this announcement again during this broadcast. You send us questions on any subjects with the correct answers. You may submit from 1 to 3 original questions per letter. If your question is used, you receive $5 and $10 additional if it stumps the board. So you may win $15 in all. Don't get upset if our editorial staff changes or edits your questions slightly. All questions become the property of Information, please. Letters with questions are to be addressed to Canada Dry, 1 Pershing Square, New York City. And now here's our master of ceremonies, Mr. Clifton Fadiman, literary critic of the New Yorker magazine. Mr. Fadiman.
Thank you, Mr. Krause. Ladies and gentlemen, Information, please, as many of you know, is an unrehearsed, spontaneous, catch-as-catch-can program. We found we have more fun that way. Our board of experts this evening consists of 3 veterans and 1 newcomer. The newcomer, ladies first, is that famous and beloved novelist known to millions of Americans, Mrs. Kathleen Norris. Oscar Levant, pianist and composer, will exhibit his knowledge of the 7 arts this evening. The genial columnist of the New York Post, Franklin P. Adams, will demonstrate his learning, and whatever these 3 don't know, we expect will be answered by the practically infallible specialist in general knowledge, the redoubtable John Curran. Now, if any of you experts know the answer, you raise your right hand. Then, when or if the answer given is incorrect, Canada Dry rings up $10 on the cash register. And those $10 go out to the lucky questioner. All ready, Mrs. Norris and gentlemen? Let's go. The first question comes from Newark, New Jersey, from Mr. Arthur Young. Mr. Young wants you to give 4 common expressions that seem to involve a great feat of strength. For example, to catch a train. Do you get me? Mrs. Norris gets me. I hope you gentlemen do, too. Very well. Let's have 4 more. Mrs. Norris.
To raise the roof.
To raise the roof is a very good one. Yes, that's one. Mr. Adams.
To take a bath.
To take a bath. Well, now, for some of us, that may involve a great feat of willpower, but not necessarily a great feat of strength, I shouldn't say.
Well, to take a trolley.
To take a trolley is all right, yes. It's a little bit like catching a train, you'll admit, Mr. Adams, won't you? Mr. Levant.
To throw the bull.
To throw the bull is a very good one, yes. That's 2. Mrs. Norris.
To upset the whole house.
Well, to upset the whole house. That's very good. Very good figurative expression. Mr. Curran.
To upset the apple cart.
To upset the apple cart.
Oh, copycat.
Might not involve a great feat of strength, I think. An apple cart could be upset.
It's easy for you?
No, I'm no specialist in upsetting apple carts, but it could be done. Mr. Levant.
To fan the breeze.
To fan the breeze.
That's pretty subtle.
It's tough. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Well, I'll accept that. I can think of a few more. To swing an election might be another. Mr. Adams, do you have one?
To hit the hay.
To hit the hay.
That wouldn't take strength.
Not a feat of strength.
That's
perhaps.
weakness.
How about kicking the gong?
Pardon?
Kicking the gong around.
Kicking the gong around, possibly. Purging
the
a
bucket.
party.
Kicking the bucket.
To move mountains.
Yes, move mountains. Those are all expressions involving a seeming great feat of strength. Very good. The next question from Miss Anna Hogan of San Francisco. This involves a knowledge both of Shakespeare and of modern slang. I'm sure all of you possess that double knowledge. I'm going to ask you to translate the following 5 quotations from Shakespeare into modern American slang. For example, there is, I think, a quotation from Shakespeare goes something like this, "For I am slow of study." Something like that. Would that be right, Mr. Kieran?
Yes.
And the slang expression paralleling it might be, "Boy, am I dumb." I'll have to say that because none of my experts could possibly say that with any truth. Now we have 5 quotations from Shakespeare. You have to translate 4 out of 5 of them into slang. 1, stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once. Mrs. Norris.
Scram.
Very good, Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris, do you use that type of language in your books?
No, and I consider this sacrilege, Mr. Spreaker.
Yes, I'm surprised you even knew the word, Mrs. Norris. 2, this was the noblest Roman of them all. Mr. Adams?
Some boy.
Some boy would be dandy, yes. Very good. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Mr. Adams?
Get a load of this.
Get a load of this. Would be a key. 4, is she not passing fair, Mr. Levant?
She's a swell dish.
Yes, that would be a good one. Ain't she a honey? Ain't she a cutie?
A cup of tea.
Cup of tea, yes. Your
My
cup of tea. Right.
Not yours.
Now we have 4 out of 5, but let's get the 5th anyway for good measure. He was a man of an unbounded stomach.
He could eat like a pig.
Yes, that wouldn't be exactly
No.
modern slang, I shouldn't think. Perhaps we could do a little better than that. Mr. Kieran, got any bright ideas? He was a man of an unbounded stomach.
He could pack it away.
Yes, I think the phrase means literally,
How
oh,
he looked.
Yes, oh boy, what a bay window.
Yes.
Something like that, I think, yes. The next question from Mr. James Saunders of Detroit, Michigan. This is a musical question. I'm going to ask you to identify the newsreel from the following musical scores which figure prominently in the opening part of the newsreel, and the pianist is going to play them. There are 5 altogether, the themes from well-known newsreels, and you'll have to identify the newsreel. Number 1. Anybody want to have that done again? Perhaps you missed
I don't think it would help me.
No, it wouldn't help you, Mr. Levant. Mr. Levant, do you miss the trumpets and the brasses and all that sort
I
of
didn't
thing?
want to have it done at all.
Don't like it at all,
No.
Mr. Well, it's too late. We have to have it. Any of you want to make a guess at that? That's what you're going to do for the rest of this question anyway. I can see that. You may as well start guessing now and get some practice.
Give me the first initial.
Do you want to have that again? No, I can't give you any initials.
I don't know it that well.
All right, don't know. That's one wrong. All right, number 2.
What is it?
I'll tell you later on. Mr. Levant?
20th Century Fox.
That's right.
There's a drum roll logo. Yum-bum. Yum-bum.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry we can't give that to you, but that is correct. All right, number 3. Mr. Levant.
Paramount.
That's right. Well, you do know this.
Well, I like the ending better.
You want to go through it yourself?
That's all.
That's very nice. Yes, thanks very much. Number 4. Mr. Levant again.
MGM without the line.
MGM without the lion. Very good.
Very good.
Mr. Levant, you do go to the movies, don't you?
They come to me, too.
We're lucky to have you here tonight. Number 5. Throw up your hands, Mr. Adams.
Sounds like the song of the flame.
I won't take that. I don't think that's a newsreel. This is the only one of the 5, by the way, that I knew, Mr. Levant. Does that make you feel bad? No, of course not.
I bet you say it, and I'll tell you if it's right.
No, I won't even whisper it. How about guessing it? Mr. Kieran, he guesses.
One guess is as bad as another. I'll say Pathé.
No, sorry.
March of Time
is the answer.
I could tell
What
by
is
your
it?
lips.
Yes, you could tell by listening to me. Well, we just missed out on that by 1, and $10 is going to go to Mr. Saunders of Detroit, Michigan.
What was number 1 on
Tough
that?
question. The first one was Pathé News.
I thought they had a rooster like we had.
I know, but I can't put that on the piano.
Well, that's where we got our rooster.
Now, Mr. Kieran, all roosters patented. The next question from Mrs. Lloyd Motts of New York City. I'm going to ask you to name 5 book titles, each of which contains the name of some denomination of money. Cents, dollars, francs, guilders, anything of that sort. It doesn't have to be American. For example, the moon and sixpence would be one. Of course, all of you 4 were thinking of that. Mr. Adams.
Hard cash.
No, it has to be a specific denomination. I'm sorry.
Does it have to be money or just a figure?
No, it has to be a figure of money. Mrs. Norris.
A flat iron for a farthing.
I don't know the name. I don't know the book, but I'm sure that's right. Who wrote it?
Juliana Ewing.
Very
It's
good.
An English child story.
You know too much for it, Mr. Norris. I'm sure that's right. Mr. Adams.
The 3 black pennies.
3 black pennies by whom?
Joseph Hergesheimer.
Very good, Mr. Adams. Thank you. That's 2.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is no good.
A league is not.
No.
No, a league. No. Even a C is not really a denomination. Now, we have 2 so far. It doesn't have to be American money, you understand. But it may not be Confederate money. Mr. Adams.
The £1 million banknote.
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
Mark Twain.
The £1 million banknote. Sounds familiar to me. I'm going to accept that. That's 3. Mr. Kieran.
The 12-pound look by Chesterton.
No, not by Chesterton.
Barry.
Yes,
Pardon
but
me,
you got the
Barry.
title right.
That's
12-pound look.
I played
Famous
it.
play by Barry. I think Ethel Barrymore used to play in it. I'm not sure.
The one
That's
act play.
4. Did you have one, Mr. Levant?
I had 12-pound look.
All right, you keep that. For interest, Mrs. Norris.
Brewster's Millions wouldn't go with it.
No, I'm sorry. It has to be a specific
Has to be
denomination.
specified.
That's an awfully generous title, but I don't think I can accept it.
It's quick. Wallingford has no money in it.
No, and I won't take any of the Buck Rogers' books either.
Wasn't there a book called Dollar Diplomacy?
Dollar Diplomacy,
Dollar
that's
Diplomacy.
right. By Nearing and Freeman. That's 5. Very good. Thank you very much indeed. I can think of a few others.
Nonsense
100 million?
novels.
I beg pardon? Nonsense novels?
Oh, come on.
Yes,
come
yes.
on.
I'm glad we got our 5 before you said that, Mr.
Centurion.
Adams. How about 100 million guinea pigs?
That's not money.
Guinea? A guinea isn't money. You've never been in England.
Well, not with pigs, it isn't.
No, but with Englishmen, if you can make a distinction, it is.
1 shilling more.
Next question. The next question from Elizabeth Teller of Waterloo, New York. Give the name of a prize fighter who won the heavyweight championship of the world on the following counts. 1, on a foul. 2, a decision on points. 3, a towel tossed in the ring. And 4, a technical knockout. I'll go through these again. Name of a prize fighter who won the heavyweight championship of the world on a foul. Mr. Levant.
Schmeling.
Schmeling. From whom did he win it?
Sharkey. Jack Sharkey.
That's quite right. Or is that right, Mr. Kieran?
That's right.
All right. 2, a decision on points. Mr. Kieran.
Sharkey from Schmeling.
Yes. Would there be any other that you could think of?
Why, yes.
Tony from Dempsey.
Tony twice. Well, Tony defended it second time, but he won it from Dempsey
From
in
Dempsey.
Philadelphia.
And would Braddock from Bear be right?
Yes.
Braddock from Bear. Well, there are 3
No,
or
no.
4 that we have. Not
Yeah,
right?
that's right. That's
Right, Mr. Kieran?
That's right.
Mr. Kieran says it's right. It's right. 3, a towel tossed in the ring. A towel tossed in the ring. Mr. Kieran.
Johnson. Jack Johnson. Over Jeffries.
Johnson over Jeffries.
Oh, it stopped, finally.
Probably it's a little before my time, but I'm sure it's right if you say so. You didn't
No,
see the
no,
fight, did you, Mr. Kieran?
no, I didn't see
Do you
the
remember
fight
the towel?
No.
Don't
I have
remember
the towel in my hotel.
Do you want to withdraw that, or will we
Yes,
say
I
that's
want to
right?
withdraw that.
Want to withdraw that. Mrs. Norris?
Wasn't it Lewis over Schmeling this last summer?
A
That's
towel
right.
tossed in the
Yes.
ring?
That's right.
Is that right, Mr. Kieran?
That is not right.
He didn't win the championship.
That is right.
I'm awfully sorry, Mrs.
That
Norris,
is
but
not
when
right.
Mr. Kieran
A
says it's
towel
not right,
tossed
it's
into
not
the
right.
ring means nothing
A
here
towel.
now in this area.
I see. Well, now, the proper answer is what, Mr. Kieran? Are you sure of it now?
I wouldn't know the proper answer. I know
Would Dempsey from Willard be right?
Willard did not come out for the...
Third round. Fourth
Well,
round.
then
Fourth round.
my information is incorrect. I understand the towel was thrown in by Willard second.
No, the round was
Not ahead.
completed.
My information may be wrong. We'll cross that out, and if you get the next one right, we'll count the whole question as right. A technical knockout. Won the heavyweight championship of the world on a technical knockout.
Heavyweight champion.
Yeah, heavyweight championship.
Well, Lewis and Schmeling. No, he had
I
the championship.
think not,
No,
Mr.
I'm wrong. He had the
Levant.
championship.
There
Think
is
not.
no such thing as technical knockout.
There is no such thing as
No.
technical knockout. Do you want me to throw out this whole question on a
No,
technicality?
it's all right. I mean, a lot of people talk about it.
Would,
but
how about it, Mr.
Bear
Levant?
and Carnera.
Bear and Carnera is the answer that I have down here. Now,
Yeah.
Mr. Kieran, if you think that's wrong,
well,
will you meet me in the squared circle
They
sometime
stopped the
after this
fight.
is all over? All right. Next question from Monroe Rubinger of New York City. This question deals with symphonic music. You have to answer the following questions about symphonic music. There are 5 parts to the question. You have to get 4 out of 5. 1. Name a symphony. Mr. Adams, you look very confident.
No, I'm resting.
Oh, all right. 1. Name a symphony in which the human voice is employed. Mr. Levant.
Beethoven's Ninth.
Yes, that's right. 2. Name a symphonic piece in which a phonographic record is played. Mr. Levant?
Pines of Rome by Respighi.
That's right. And how was it used? Do you remember?
Victrola record. They have a record.
Yes, a record of what, though?
Of a bird singing.
Well, yes, which bird? Name your bird.
They all sound alike to me. Mr. Kieran.
How about
will know.
Mr. Kieran?
must
What
be a
bird?
nightingale.
Don't know the bird?
It must be a nightingale.
It is a nightingale. Don't be so modest, Mr. Kieran.
The only
Mr.
bird
Kieran
I
knew it was
ever
a
heard.
nightingale all along. 3. Name a symphony in which an organ is used. Mr. Levant.
Saint-Saëns, number 3. C something, major or minor. I don't know.
I
which.
guess just called the organ symphony, isn't it?
It's number 3
by
by
folks like
Saint-Saëns.
me.
Yeah.
4. Name a symphony in which all the musicians except 2 leave the platform before its completion. Mr. Levant again.
It's by Haydn.
Yes, what's it called?
Surprise.
No, not quite. Not quite.
Not surprise?
No, not surprised. You seem very surprised.
Surprise.
Now get surprise off your mind.
It's an anti-union kind of racket, that
I don't
symphony.
know. I
All the
don't know
boys
about
walk
that.
out.
Haydn's Farewell Symphony.
Really?
Yes, that's what it says here. Haydn's Farewell. That sounds right, doesn't it?
They're all the
musicians
same to me.
except
Every
2
Haydn
leave.